Hi Capricorn. It's 11:55. Today is October 26, 2019. It's Saturday. How are you? I'm going to pull some cards for you. See how your energy's going today. It's my Rider-Waite, my old one. This is the oldest deck I have. It always gives me clear information, I'd like to say. Right, so I've pre-shuffled a lot already, so we're going to go Capricorn, October 26, 2019, Capricorn. Okay. And so your first card out is Judgment. A decision's being made. Your challenge, the Hangman. Wow, Capricorn, 2 majors out first. Wow. The underlying energy. So the way I pull this is not in a cross. I pull this actually in the shape of energy. So it's the center and then it goes down and around like this in a flowing way. So this is the foundation for me, is the Devil card. Then you have the 8 of Cups in the recent past. Crowning the read is the 8 of Swords. The near future position is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. You see yourself as the Truth, the Ace of Swords. And what's around you? The 10 of Cups. Wow. The blocks that you need to clear or work on. Strength card reversed, so feeling weak, or maybe feeling out of control, working with your ego a little bit there. And then we end up on the Ace of Cups reversed. And that's in alignment with the 8 of Swords in your head. So you're in your head today. I also pull some extra cards in a Hangman. It's like what's hanging in the balance at the end of the read. And then we have the 7 of Cups reversed. And then what's hanging is the Moon. So we have the new moon coming up. But this is coming up as the full moon, or the nighttime energy, the false light. And then I always pull an extra card as a surprise at the end. Alright. And then the underlying energy is Justice, but I also pull, or Injustice, it's reversed. But I pull some more cards from the bottom of the deck for the underlying energy, so just give me a moment to arrange that. Okay. So these are the underlying energies, all right, going into this read. You have the 10 of Wands reversed here, and then the 6 of Wands reversed here. Then we go to this card, the 2 of Wands upright, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Justice card reversed. Okay? So you had let go of responsibilities, burdens, and it might just be because it's the weekend. Today's Saturday. But then you have the 6 of Wands reversed. So it's you could be feeling like a failure. You could be feeling like you're not getting the success or the attention that you want. Or you could just be dumping all your burdens and responsibilities under the radar. So like you feel like when you're on the weekend, like you're kind of getting away with something because you're so stressed out during the week. But you're choosing, it's like under the radar, you're planning something new, but nobody else can know about it yet. So often that's the case when starting a new job, right? You don't want to tell the job that you're at what you're doing. So it's kind of like that energy. I have the 2 of Wands of choosing a path. You're choosing the new, the left, the more divine feminine, as we're balancing out the masculine and feminine as to more feminine, because it's been masculine dominated over the past 2,000 years in this awakening, this ascension process that we're all going through. And then after choosing the path, you have that brand new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles comes up after that. This has all occurred already. But in starting this new life, or this new infusion of money, time or energy, there's some kind of unfairness or injustice going on. So that's where we are. And I'm getting really hot and sweaty, so I think there's some masculine energy here involved. Okay? So whenever the masculine energy comes in, I start getting hot and sweaty. It's funny because whenever my son calls me, I start sweating before he calls because he has a nervous personality. And I always tell him, stop making me so hot. So the recent past is that, I'm sweating even more now. All right, so 8 of Cups. This is walking away and within from whatever the situation is. So this is in the recent past. You did walk away. You did go within. You were doing the work. So why is there injustice now? All right, so the center issue is judgment. And judgment's all about making a decision. It's being clear. It's making an announcement. It's hearing that call to action. And are you actually heeding that call to action once you hear it? Okay? So you're either making announcements, or you could be shouting at people, your decision as well at home. It's like you went away, you walked away and went within, and now you're coming out with what you found within. Okay, the challenge is being still for you, right? Because Capricorn's all about work and achievement. So the goat never stops. They keep going, going, going. So being still and being wise and stopping to see the other perspectives, the new perspectives, is the challenge for you. Because you've been taught that you're not worthy unless you're busy and accomplishing. And that's especially true for Capricorn. And for all of you who are curious, I have lots of Capricorn in my chart. My moon's in Capricorn and my Jupiter and Saturn, which matches the conjunction that happens in December of 2020. So the challenge. Waiting and allowing the process to happen, seeing other perspectives, being wise, not rushing into things. And Capricorn's not usually one to rush into things, but right now it's still the challenge for you to be still, because you have this new beginning, like you're ready to go, but we're going into Mercury retrograde, which is going to hold you back. So whenever we go into Mercury retrograde, I always used to love that at work, because I knew as soon as I was feeling overwhelmed with a new project coming in, I knew Mercury retrograde was going to give me that time, that breather, to stop and just go back and review everything, fix things, amend things. It's a review time. So it's 3 weeks. It's happening from, I think it's the 30th to the 20th of November. So time to hang back after the announcement to actually kind of do that grounding and integrating in a way. So let's see what else is contributing to this energy here. In the foundation we have the Devil, which is just Capricorn energy. So it doesn't have to be Devil at all. It can just be you. You're very much in your element. This is why you've been able to come into this new beginning, because you are being in your element. Waiting hello. But be careful, you know, Capricorn's Devil is overwork, right? Because they're all about work. But what about everything else in your life? The balance, the spirituality, the love, the family, the fun. The injustice of your own personality, it's saying. You have all these majors here, right? You have injustice underneath here. And that can be Libra energy as well. So maybe there's a Libra coming into your life, and that's the underlying energy where your new life is dependent on another person. And they have a lot going on that they had to let go of. And they have chosen their new path, but they're being challenged to leave the old path and get onto the new path. So here's the Capricorn energy in your foundation waving at that other energy, which can be Libra, it doesn't have to be. And then you have Aquarius in the Judgment card, and for me, the Hangman is more Capricorn, but other people can see it as another energy. It could be Pisces. That's the challenge, though. So really, for me, yourself is the challenge. Yourself is the positive energy here, but it's also your challenge at the same time. Being responsible, and yet being responsible for your highest good, which means not always being the responsible one. Okay, so there's a little bit of a contradiction there. So then in the head and crowning this read is that 8 of Swords. This is absolutely you too much in your head, unless you're actually in prison. All right, so this is about you feel like your hands are tied. You feel like maybe it's just your own personality is trapping you, because your own personality is very much about structure and responsibility, and so that's what's trapping you. So it's the ability to let go And since I see the devil and the hangman both as Capricorn, look at the two different energies here of Capricorn. And remember, this is like Jesus on the cross in Pisces, but also Jesus on the cross in Capricorn around the time of the birth. So there's two different aspects. You know, it's the angel, I mean the devil and the angel and the devil. Because this represents Jesus on the cross, but you notice he's hanging upside down. He's not allowing the limitations of the cross to prevent him from seeing new perspectives. And that's one of the messages I'd received when I was in the south of France, and we were doing a meditation, a group of us at the Cathars Castle. And that's when I received the message from Jesus: look to the sun and to the butterflies, and why keep your eyes closed when there's all of this to see? And that was meant as a perspective from the cross. So even within Spirit's connecting with me, and even within all that pain that Jesus experienced, there's still always beauty all around. So it's saying, take the dark of the shadow energy, the codependencies, the addictions, and how do we change that? How do we make lemonade out of those lemons? How do we change that perspective to say we feel anxiety in our head as opposed to excitement? So, Capricorn, you are in the Eight of Swords energy because you are excited about your new beginning. But you need to be still right now, so the excitement is overwhelming you a little bit. We're coming into the Queen of Pentacles, which is very much Capricorn energy, but ungrounded. So make sure you ground. And this could be somebody outside yourself. It could be another Capricorn. It can be a Virgo or Taurus. And it can be someone who's losing money, or someone who's too focused on money. It could be somebody who's really all about money, but I'm not really getting... Well, we have... The Queen of Pentacles is next to the Strength card reversed. And this is all about feeling weak. It's not being strong. But, you know, it's part of the surrender to feel weak. This could be ego death, but it also could be somebody out of control. This could be an earth sign with Leo in their chart who's out of control as far as money. They're either spending like crazy, or they're just, that's all they care about, is the financial aspect. They don't care about the love aspect in their life, or the spiritual aspect. So Capricorn has to be careful of that, because Capricorn's very materialistically oriented. Doesn't mean they're materialistic, but that's their nature, to be able to manifest. So Capricorn needs to make a conscious choice to make sure they have love and spirituality in their life, not just manifestation. So you see yourself as the Ace of Swords. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And Capricorn's very much about that too, right? Because they're the whistleblower. They're the one who's very responsible. They're Saturn. And the truth is next to the devil. So somebody may be in, look at this. Somebody's definitely in court. Somebody might be taking the stand and lying. But putting it out there is the truth. So how can you fight that in court when someone's willing to lie on the stand? So that's coming up for somebody. That's not going to be for everybody. For others, it's just going to be the injustice of codependencies and addictions. And that whether it's fair or not, it's still the truth. It's your truth. All right, so there's some kind of addiction or codependency that needs to be worked on right now. You are being your truth, whether other people like it or not. It's the truth. You might be breaking through your crown. You might be opening up more to your higher self. Around you is the Ten of Cups, which is happy family, emotional fulfillment, but it's the end of a cycle. So it could also be the end of a happy family cycle. It could be the culmination of emotional fulfillment, propelling you onto something new, because it is the 10. The blocks that you need to clear is that Strength card reversed, okay? Feeling weak. It's about, the block is about you being in control, right? Because this is no control. This is ego death. This is weakness. You need to be good with weakness. You need to allow yourself to fall and allow yourself to feel weak and let go of the control. That's where your power will come from. Because remember, the Strength card is all about power and courage. to go through the difficult energies to come out the other side, because you know that the universe is in charge of correcting all imbalances, not us. Although Capricorn can very much come into that place where they think they are the person controlling things because they have the do-gooder attitude to be okay doing that, right? They don't feel like there's ego involved, but as soon as you get to that place where you think you're the one who, of anyone who should be doing it because you're responsible, then the ego gets out of control. Because none of us are in control. That's the illusion of it. It's about letting go of control, knowing that the universe has your back, and all imbalances naturally, universally, physically have to correct themselves without you. It may not be in direct form, like something bad to you is undone and justice is done, but the universal energy will correct it. So it's not on you. Your job is to find happiness and joy and peace and love in every moment. So remember that, Capricorn. It's not always about you being the responsible one. So we end up with the Ace of Cups reverse, and this can be very much be pushed to your emotional limits, but you're allowing that. It also could be tears of joy, but I'm not saying tears of joy when you're feeling imprisoned in your head or excited and then held back. All right, there's some kind of limitation here. But there may be a need to purge. It's saying let go. With the truth coming out, it's affecting this Queen of Pentacles reversed. It may sting her very much and knock her off balance and cause her to cry. The truth of the Capricorn could either affect you or this other earth sign around you. It's like there's a Libra, Capricorn speaking their truth, even to the family. And then the other row is the Aquarius, Pisces, or Capricorn earth sign female, who could have Leo in their chart, or maybe just a very egotistical person. And that could be the person who's lying. So the Queen of Pentacles is the one who's upset or crying because of the truth coming out. And then we have, so what's hanging in the balance at the end here with the purge? Feeling like your hands are tied and the need to purge. This is letting go of all emotional attachments that no longer serve you. Even though it might hurt some people's feelings, it's still your truth, and you need to do it to free yourself. It's about getting real, about which options. You can't do all these options at the same time. You may have all these options, but at some point you have to limit them to one or two that you really love, that mean something to you, that resonate with you, okay? And dump the rest. And so this is what's happening. There's one big purge or one big dump. So all of those 7 cups could actually just be one cup, but it's a huge one for you to let go of. So that may be what you're letting go of, and the Queen of Pentacles may be the person you're actually letting go of. Then we have the moon. So this is what's hanging in the balance. The nighttime, right? The shadowy time, the subconscious time when it's difficult for us at night when we're alone. And we have to deal with our own subconscious feelings and what's best for us. After we dump, that's why we're always afraid to dump our emotional attachments, because of the after effect when we're alone, or after the decision, how other people might feel about it. But that's their wound. Once you are in your truth and with love, and you present your truth with love, it's in their ball court now to deal with their own wounds. Any way they react, even if it's, they're really hurt, or, are threatening to do something to themselves because of your decision in love and truth, that's their wound. You can't control that. You have no control over what another person does, whether it's you, your children, your parents, your siblings, your friends. They have control over their own lives. That's their journey. It's their contract. Okay, so then we have what came out after the moon is the Hermit reversed. So this has to do with over-isolation and hopefully coming out at that point, but it includes both, because the peak always peaks out on this side when it turns over. This is the isolating and being wise, And then when it gets too much, it turns over, it becomes over-isolation, and then it becomes the need to come out. So whether you come out wherever you are or not, that's always up to you. Or you can create mental disease, all right? So over-isolating can cause you to feel like you're going crazy. Or this can literally be someone who's struggling with mental disease, like a parent who has Alzheimer's now, or anyone really who's got difficulties in that respect. So, but the moon is attached to that hermit, and you have so many majors here, Capricorn. So it's a huge change for you right now. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 majors pulled here. Okay. The moon upright, which for me is the full moon or the nighttime, the false light though. There's illumination, but it's shadowy, it's not clear. And then you have the hermit. The whole point of the issue and not seeing clearly is the over-isolating and the need to come out. The need to come out of your head. So come out, be around people, socialize, speak your truth. Or purge. Okay? This is the crying up night, not sleeping, headaches, worry. It's about getting out of your head, letting go of all the fears. And there's a lot of positive energy here, but it's so major, especially if you're in a court situation, that can be scary for people. It's about all you have to do is let go of the fear and trust that the ultimate destination is for your highest good. If you're in your truth and in your love, you can only be led to your highest good. So it's about letting go of the fear. The fear is the illusion. So let's see here. I'm going to pull from my Kipper deck to get a little bit of extra energy here. It's saying if you need to purge, let it out. You need to cry, cry. If you need to scream, scream. Just don't take it out on anyone else. Go by yourself. And if you need to punch a pillow, punch a pillow. It's okay. Don't deny yourself what you feel, but also allow the reset. If you keep pushing it back down, you're just hurting yourself. You need to go through whatever from the subconscious is coming up. Whatever people come into your space with is in you. That's why they're bringing it to you. But you think they're being mean to you. They're not. They're showing you in your face what's in your subconscious that you can't see, so that you can go back to your childhood and think back as early as you can. When did I first react to this situation like I am today in this way? When did that first happen to me in my childhood? You want to find the entry point so you can look at it now from a different perspective, because you're no longer that child, you're an adult. So as soon as you see that wound from an adult perspective, you go, oh, that's not that big a deal now. I can deal with that now. It's not who I am anymore. And then you release it. It no longer comes up anymore. You no longer pull that into your space. Okay? So that's what you're learning to do right now. Capricorn, you need to allow yourself to cry. You need to allow yourself to feel that. To feel the bad feelings. And then come out of it. After the cry is always a reset. Then you feel better. You're like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm too tired to deal with it. I can't. All right, so why do we have the Ace of Cups there at the end for Capricorn? We have the community, which is 39. It's the Knight of Cups. So this little boy is being loved. He's just being loved no matter what. He's found acceptance in maybe a new community. Or maybe the old community. He hasn't left yet. And maybe they're not really for his highest good. Maybe that he's pretended that it's good for him because that's where his safety came from. But now it's become a prison for them. All right, and this is it. See, this is the new life for Capricorn. You're leaving what something that took you in. Maybe, it's giving you the example of when you were impoverished and alone as a little boy, a family took you in. So you feel indebted to them and you feel grateful to them. But now you're a different person, you're an adult, and you're now imprisoned by it because you don't resonate with their belief system. So you're leaving them. And it's difficult because they're people who were good to you, but they don't agree with your life at this point. And you go from that little boy in poverty, and next is the wealthy man. So as soon as you go into what's for your highest good, that's when your abundance comes in. Okay? The bottom of the deck there is the official person. Okay, so some kind of official word again. So there might be some court issues here. There's another masculine here, whether that's the same one. There's a masculine and actually a little girl here. Okay, that's the underlying energy. So somebody might be covering up for their child. So there's some mischief here because behind her is the thief. So there could be a father who's covering up for their child, even though they're an adult, and maybe they shouldn't be covering up for their child anymore because they're an adult. That's coming up. And let's see what else Thoth is bringing up here. Why does Capricorn have the Queen of Pentacles reversed in the near future? And why do they have the Ace of Cups reversed there as well in the purging? You just need to release, really. It's saying there's so much release there. Stop imprisoning yourself and just release. Allow yourself that emotional release. Capricorn doesn't like to do that because they like to be very logical and practical about things. All right. Why do we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed? Interference, that's that Eight of Swords. This is from the Thoth deck. And that somebody could have a sword collection on the wall too. I've been getting that a lot this year. But your own mind is causing your problems. There's a completion that's happening that's actually putting you, making you feel like your hands are tied. But the cycle's complete, so let it go. You're just feeling guilty because you've been programmed to feel guilty about letting go because it's this people who might have helped you in the past. You feel obligated to them. So it's about letting go of obligation. All right, so the worst is over. We have well, almost over. We still have the purging. This is the Ace of Cups reversed. This is the 9, not the 10. So the 9 is over, but they still got to get through the 10 of ending that betrayal or that painful ending. Why again then? Why do we have the Hermit reversed? Why do we have the Moon and then the Hermit reversed? All right, so we have the Truce. There needs to be a truce. Okay. This is the Four of Swords. And so that's very much about you need to rest. You need to have a truce with yourself. You need to rest. You may need to connect in the 5D with your higher self. Meditate, whatever it is. Or you may need to reconcile with someone who's passed and let go. That's what you need to do, because then you have your new beginning coming in, which was the underlying energy, that you've already started this, but there's some kind of interference here, and now you're coming back to this as soon as you have a truce. Right? So there's your answer, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful for you. Rise and be loved. Bye, guys. Oh, I just wanted to make sure I told you the other signs. It was just 28. 28's the twin flames. It's the Two of Wands. So we have Libra here reversed. We have Capricorn upright times 2. We have Aquarius upright. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so that can be any earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but reversed. We have Leo reversed, and then we have Cancer upright and Virgo reversed. So the Cancer and Virgo are together, that could be one person, as well as the Queen of Pentacles reversed is along the same line as Capricorn, Aquarius, and Leo. And then we have Libra, Capricorn with the truth and the end of the family or the emotional fulfillment here. So the release really is really surrounding around the Cancer Virgo energy there. So rise and be love, you guys.